orange.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, doing okay. Not much happening today.
Excellent. So anything going on for your channel or anything?
Just my usual chats, Wednesday, noon, Thursday, midnight Central Time.
Excellent. So everybody go over there and check those out, please. That would be great. And Be-NoJustBe, how are you today?
You know what? I am doing great. I've had a lazy day. I did some voiceover work for somebody that's a little bit on the hush-hush side, but I can say that I did that. And I worked on it last night and then half the day today, and it was fun, and I realized I love doing it. Now I want more.
Excellent.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I had a good day. Thanks for letting me hop in.
Sure, not a problem. This is great. Next up, we have Colon, who's running all the buttons and the whistles today. How are you doing?
Stressed again.
Oh.
Honestly, stressed again. I just noticed that the time on the actual pre-roll was longer than the time on the intro before the ended after the intro started. So yeah, we might have had a little bit of a problem there. So anybody?
Sorry.
Oh, who cares?
Nobody noticed. Nobody noticed.
Nobody noticed at all, apart from me and probably everybody out there in the chat and half the universe. And Dick will probably have a jump down on me later on. Until
at least the clock
on
on the
will
wall's right.
ridicule me.
Exactly.
I was just impressed because when Purple started speaking, there was an explosion, and I thought, "Damn, Purple came hot."
Exactly. Well,
yeah.
I'm used to the new intro too, and that's why I messed up as well. So sorry, everybody. I was used to the other part, so I jumped in at that point.
Well, I'm running an old set. I'm running an old system of the Shills. I'm not running the new bells and whistles. So yeah, Dick's got all that in his little pocket. It's not a problem. Jinju says it's all good. Thanks, Shin.
It's all good. That's right. So, M2M, how are you tonight?
Good evening, Global Earthers, researchers, debaters, and debunkers. No,
Who let him in?
I just thought I'd put that one. I don't know. I was listening to earlier on, and I just thought I'd say that. No, I'm doing great. Nothing to report since yesterday, apart from I did a thing. I did a couple of other things and a bit of stuff and a bit of this and that, and yeah,
cool.
That's it.
Did more than me.
Oh yeah, did you? You didn't do a thing or a stuff then?
Not a thing or a stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sounds like more than I did all weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a video YouTube thing. I did that. So yeah, go on have
Oh yes, I saw that.
You saw that? I know you commented earlier on. Yeah,
I did.
Nice.
You did. Yeah.
Well, since we're right there, DKG, how are you tonight?
Oh, not as cheeky as last night, but you never know. I might firm up.
Oh, miss.
It's funny. It's funny. B saying that doing secret squirrel stuff. Yeah, but don't tell anyone. We all do secret squirrel stuff because that's why we're the Shills, and we all get those NASA paychecks. So
yeah, you've got to wonder where he hides his nuts.
Hold on, I'm still broke. Where's my check? I haven't had my check from NASA yet.
Know.
Still, I kept asking
Wait a minute.
Goldenstein. He never gave me one. Now I keep asking the present one, and he's still not giving me any check. Bastard.
But they told me we only got one every 6 months.
Oh really? Well, I've been doing it for a few years now. I mean, Christ.
Oh crap! I think I've
know.
been hornswoggled.
I must be owed millions by now, surely.
You know, at the last Christmas party, did you? No, at the last Christmas party, did you moon the secretary?
Maybe.
I think that might be a problem, dude.
was that the Christmas party on the dark side of the moon?
Yeah.
Wow, that rocked. That rocked.
I know.
Yes.
I had a few too many drinks, and it just got carried away. And,
Well, those aliens, they bring a bottle. Those aliens bring some real nasty shit.
Oh,
to the
they
party.
do.
Yeah,
I know they do.
They do.
What the
They do.
fuck are we talking
rocket fuel. I think they call it.
I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
The Russians had that problem.
Rolling
The
with glass,
engineers
guys.
drinking the rocket fuel.
Yeah. They had an airplane that they called I can't remember the slang for it now, but it was like the booze bomber or something because it basically ran on alcohol and the pilots would siphon it off. and then they'd all come off the plane stinking of vodka.
Oh my god, that's too funny. So, what do we have tonight for videos, Colon? Do we have anything really good? Or?
Well, we're digging into the depths of our little download area, and I've picked up 7 of them, but I'm not going to reveal any of the names. You're just going to have to pick numbers.
Oh, what? We can't
So
even
it's
get a
that
title.
painful.
What, not
Nope.
even a title. Oh, come on.
Nope.
I want to go down the middle. 3.5.
He doesn't know the titles. He can't see them.
Well, there is that. So I'm just going to go 1 through 7. But I'll give you a clue. I'll give you a clue. 6 and 7 are long.
I was hoping if I picked 3.5, you'd only show the last half of number 3. That was the goal.
Oh, I think
Or it could have been the first half of 4.
Right,
Well, why don't we start with 6 and get a long one out of the way first?
Well, yeah, I was going to say define long though. I mean, how is long? How long is long?
Well, we'll probably gong this off at some point. By the way, Streamlabs, yeah, it probably works somewhere, but I'm not running that either tonight. So you'll just have to type 1 in the chat, and Aimee will just have to tell me when to gong it.
Should have to count.
Yeah,
Sounds like a plan.
fair enough by me. So we'll start with number 6. All right, I'll get that set up now. And fingers crossed,
This means
everything
Aimee
is
can
going
save
to
us all at any moment.
within reason. Okay, number 6. Here we roll.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Richie from Boston. It's the 10th. It's August. It's 2021. And, excuse me, it's early. This video right here is... I was talking about the shape of the Earth the other day, and people gave me a whole big hard time. Well, maybe you didn't know this, but let's look at the government documents, the Freedom of Information Act things that came out 50 years later. The Earth isn't round. We're not in outer space. We're not going around the sun. None of that's real. And I was the first one to call Flat Earth out as total bullshit, that it didn't make any difference, it didn't matter, blah, blah, blah. It does matter. Because the shape of the Earth and the lie that they're perpetrating through NASA is to simply and only take you away from God. And right now, you need to be as close to God as you possibly can. You've been warned. At any rate, listen to this, because here's all the proof you need, and people will still watch this and not believe it because they don't want to. It's easier. Check this out.
Okay, so in the 1930s, we had both Auguste Piccard and the Russians sending up high-altitude balloons, and they're looking out, and they're not able to detect curvature. So we go forward about a decade to the 1940s, 1948. This is an official CIA, look up here, CIA.gov, okay? CIA declassified document from the Russians. I'm going to pull it up here in Adobe Acrobat.
And just real quick, here's all the links. CIA.gov, CIA.gov, NASA.gov, NASA, 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 United States Army, the Army, NASA, the Army, the Army, the Army, the Army. Okay? So
I wasn't trying to pause there. I was just kind of like, okay, go NASA, NASA, shut up.
Yeah, come on.
I thought he was
for it.
What are the
I thought he was going to
documents?
start reciting all the links in a second. I was
I
concerned.
I bet I know what this document is, and it's something that a certain flat earther that hangs around in Discord presented one time, and I had a sentence something on the lines of, "We don't know the shape of the Earth." I don't know if it's the same document, but I'm going to bet it is the same one.
Yeah, Mandelbrot saying that was all debunked years ago.
Or was it?
Exactly.
Yeah, that surprised me.
Oh, and before I forget, I just want to jump in real fast because we did get this earlier. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to... Aimee, I've got to remind you.
Yes.
I've got to remind you about the super chat from earlier.
Yes, thank you. It was it was from the Kiweasel for $5 New Zealand, and he says, "Hi to all you lovely shills. Thank you so much." Thank you very much.
I love the fact that she said, or he, or whatever that person. I've screwed up pronouns now. Oh, fuck it. But
Good job. No, DKG, you caught it. Good job. Good job.
Yeah, no one noticed that slip up. I'm glad that person said hi to all the lovely shills before the show started without knowing who was actually going to be here.
Yeah.
Oh no!
And I did
Okay.
get the pronouns right.
It was
You
hi
don't
to
have
all.
You don't have to correct me on that one. Thank you.
It was hi to all the lovely shills and just totally ignored the others. I think that's what it was. So the lovely Shills in the house can, pat themselves on the back. The rest of us, yeah, all right.
Okay, well, in that case, thank you for the super chat.
yeah. I think it was only for the ladies.
Oh
shit! That was another pronoun sort of thing.
No.
What? Come on, back to the video. Back to the video, quick! Help me, save me.
Let's just hold on before we go back to this video.
Demonetized.
When you actually look into all these documents, how many people have actually tried looking at any of these links? A couple of them don't exist, right? The CIA ones are fabricated, and one or two of the NASA ones are taken completely out of context. Yeah, this is where the debunk comes in, where everybody's saying rigid aircraft. Does anybody ever seen a rigid aircraft? Ever?
Have you ever seen a floppy one?
Only when it's really excited. Now my question is, when was this CIA document supposed to have been? It was like the 1950s.
Yeah, it's at least 50 years old.
Right. So this CIA document that's 50 years old has got web links.
No, well,
not.
not quite.
They've been added in after by somebody else.
No, it's a declassified document by the CIA that they picked up that the Russians actually had. It's been translated by the CIA. If it's the same document that I'm thinking of, which I think it might be. Yeah, I think it is. So, what happened was the CIA picked up on a document that they did some research. Somebody translated it, and then basically later on the document has been declassified, and therefore it's been put on the website. And supposedly, all these people that have been linked into it have apparently quoted from this document. Blah blah blah. Yada yada yada. Derp derp derp.
Well, another good point on this one is everybody should know who that is, who started this video off. It's Richie from Boston.
Yeah.
Oh, good grief. Yeah.
Wait, at least he stalks himself.
Oh, he's crazy because he's massively into his conspiracies, and he's finally progressed to flat Earth. Yeah, he's come out as a flat Earth.
Surprise.
And as someone quite rightly pointed out, it's not just Richie from Boston, it's Richie from the Holiday Inn in Boston.
Yeah. I think it looked like a hotel, didn't it? Right enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, press play. Let's
see where it goes. Yeah. Richie will talk into this every now and again, by the way.
All those links will be pinned below. This isn't just nonsense that he's pulling off some stupid website on the internet. I know a lot of people that break my ball. Oh, would you find that out on the internet? Well, yeah, MIT is on the internet. Harvard University is on the internet. The Gates Foundation is on the internet. So yeah, I did find it on the internet. But this is important stuff because they've covered this up my entire life. Back to this.
It's a little easier because I've already highlighted some stuff here. Same document. All right, so the subject is Earth measurements, 1948, Moscow, Russia. Outer gravitational field and shape of the physical surface of the Earth. They're trying to figure out the shape of the Earth? Wait a minute. I thought we knew the shape of the Earth since Pythagoras and Eratosthenes, right? Well, apparently the Russians didn't get the memo. A study is made of the coordinates necessary for the solvability and uniqueness of solution of an integral equation by the aid of which the outer gravitational field and the shape of the physical surface of the Earth may be determined. So we go through this document a little bit here. It says the methods of studying the shape of the Earth. So this is what their goal is here. They're outlining some of that. The shape of the physical surface of the Earth can be determined with sufficient reliability on the basis only of data obtained from exact measurements. Well, that goes without saying, I suppose. And let's keep going down here. Let's see. We can regard the potential of the real Earth, by this equation here, apparently, as known correct to an additive constant, whatever that is, at all points of the physical surface of the Earth and only on the surface, whereas it is not determinable at all other points of space without knowledge of the shape of the Earth. So they're still trying to figure out the shape of the Earth here. But since the shape of the Earth is not known, the shape of the Earth is not known, 1948,
Pause.
The true coordinates of these points, B, L, and H, are unknown to us. So the Russians are having trouble figuring out the shape of the Earth in 1948. Let's look at another document here. Another declassified CIA.
Thank you. Right. Okay. The way I determine in this, right? I mean, this document's not actually determining whether the Earth is round or it's flat. That's not what it's saying. It's trying to determine really the general shape of the Earth. Secondly, it's basically going from an assumption that they don't actually know to begin with, because therefore that's like with a lot of experimentation sort of stems from. We don't know the shape of the Earth, so therefore we're going to go through some experimentation to actually prove what the shape is and determine the size of it, etc., etc. And this is the argument that came out on Discord about this very document some time ago. I think Aimee wants in there.
Yes, please. We have another one from John Rapp for Australian $2. Says, John, stick your super chat up your ... Thank you so much, John. We won't ever say that to you. We promise. Thank you.
Now, the other thing, Matt. Sorry, John, for interrupting your lovely super chat. Yeah, please keep the super chats. Thank you very much, everybody. Yeah, going back to what you were saying, Matt. Now, what was the math that he kind of like skipped over there?
I didn't pay much attention to that, to be honest.
I just love the fact that neither did he.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, here's part of the document that I'm taking this document apart. I don't know what that's about, so I'll ignore that bit. And I'll move on.
He said that a few times. Whatever that means. Whatever that means.
Whatever that means. I'm just going to look at the pictures.
I was going to say, you think if you're going to like step up and make a statement that you would make sure to educate yourself on the subject before claiming anything.
Right.
This is why I don't go into debates. I don't know shit about all this stuff, so I keep my mouth shut.
Well, yeah, that's logical, isn't it? I mean, but you get a lot of flat earthers that do exactly that. They know absolutely nothing about what they're talking about, but they're going to debate and start doing it. I mean, I will not get into debate about, say, for instance, optics, all that kind of stuff, because I haven't got a clue. I just shut up and listen.
Seems like Dunning-Kruger to me.
Yeah, exactly.
And they've obviously had their education from the University of YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, no, it's not even that, though, isn't it? It's the education of the university of reading from scripts, from the flat Earth script that everybody else is, parroting all the time. So they think if they can just keep parroting this stuff over and over and over and over again, hopefully somebody will believe what they're saying.
Hence Richie from Boston.
Yeah.
The cool hat that he's wearing, that's wearing the sunglasses, so therefore it must be cool. Is that kind of like some kind of like flat Earth thing, like Harry Potter? Is that hat deciding which house of flat Earth he's supposed to be in?
Yeah.
It's the sunglass flat Earth.
Well, it's like Mark Steele, isn't it? The one with the 5G guy. He wears sunglasses whether he's inside or outside
at night.
Same principle.
On a
I don't know. Yeah, it kind of gives them some kind of like, I don't know. They think it gives them some sort of credibility. Maybe
it gives them a certain amount of twattage.
Twattage, yeah, that's a good word. I like that.
You can't see his creepy eyes.
Oh, he probably doesn't have any. They've been burrowed out.
And then we find out that 2 days after filming this, someone was sniped through the window of that exact hotel room. It's like a psycho. I don't know what.
Well, maybe his eyes are actually exactly where the sunglasses are that are on his head on Ben's hat. Maybe that's where his eyes are, and he's got an elongated face. I don't know, some sort of deformed creature. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to do a Photoshop rendering of that. I am going to have to do that.
His eyes are on stalk under his hat.
The sun must be wearing his hat's eyes or something. That's just weird.
God.
Maybe he's the lizard. I don't know.
More like a snail.
He has a human skin on.
Yeah, well, we were talking about Richie yesterday, Matt, when we were saying that he's actually the guy who likes to sell all this special type food in buckets.
Oh, it's him, is it? Oh,
that's him. That's the guy.
Oh, I'll buy his food. I don't have an issue with that. But yeah,
now
you come to mention it, maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Yeah, it could be like allegedly Dave's fine wine collection. Yeah.
Yeah.
So literally his entire business model is based on convincing people society is about to crumble.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep, and the government's lying to you. Yeah, that's him.
Dear me.
How are we doing on that vote, Amy? Has we got anybody shouting one?
I don't. No, I don't.
I was just wondering how old those documents are.
Right,
50
shout one.
years.
Shout one if you want us to carry on. Shout two if you want us to stop this bullshit.
I think nobody's had enough to get their teeth into at the minute. It's just. I mean, if he rambles like this for the next 5 hours, we're fucked.
Well, you might as well play it. In the meantime, I'm going to go and get myself a drink. So I don't need to.
Just to repeat it for B, these are declassified documents of about 50 years old from the CIA of Russian correspondences that they intercepted.
You know, I find it funny that nothing is redacted. Because
That's
every
interesting
government
too.
document that's been released has something wiped off on every
Yeah,
single
that's a
page.
good point.
Yeah, but this is Russian documentation, so they don't really care about redaction on that because they're not worried about hiding their own secrets. This is Russian.
Okay,
this is
fair
Russian
enough.
secrets, so they probably don't give a fuck. They'll dox anybody.
It was probably more like a Russians getting together and saying, let's release this to the Americans because they're stupid. And
Yeah.
let's see if they believe it.
Probably it's just a flat Earth troll from the Russian side.
Right.
Okay, more video.
Yeah, go. Let's go.
A document up here, right? They're checking out the firmament in this one. Let's go back to Acrobat. 1953 now.
Oh, he's got all the software.
Geophysics light scattering, USSR. Trying to figure out how does light work in the atmosphere here. So we get down to page 19 here. It says dissertations defended in the Scientific Council of the Institute of Physics of the Earth, Institute of Physics of the Atmosphere, and Institute of Applied Geophysics, USSR, 1957. March 1957. Looks like March 23, 1957, apparently. The dissertation represents the result of many years of study of the clear daytime sky. The observations were carried out in 12 locations at various altitudes above the sea, various climatic, meteorological, and synoptic conditions. The observations were carried out mainly during high transparency of the atmosphere in the visual range of the spectrum in the absence of a snow cover. In the investigations, 2 instruments designed by V.G. Fezenkov were used. One of these was a visual photometer of the daytime sky intended for measuring the brightness of the firmament.
Dun dun dun. And anybody know what the firmament means in reality? Actual word firmament? God, this guy. Firmament is a literal translation to the area above the ground into the sky and stars above. That's all the firmament is. It's nothing to do with anything else. Jeez.
No, it's a glass dome.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, that's their bullshit. Ah, well.
It's a firm pleasure dome.
Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Yeah,
Welcome to the pleasure dome.
And
Demonetized.
let's look at that for a second. So
It wasn't that.
if the firmament is the space between our ground and space itself, then wouldn't there be some kind of firmament all the way around the Earth, even if it was flat? So what's that
it's
matter?
further than that. It is actually further than that. All the stars above, all the space above, into the wild blue yonder, and keep on going. That's all firmament.
Oh.
That's the whole point of the word. It was
isn't there,
anything not ground.
Isn't there another school of thought, especially amongst the religious ones, is that apparently above the firmament is the waters, isn't there? And then I don't know. And also, yeah, and the ones that think that it's just firmament above that are the ones that think that everything like the moon, the stars are all just projections. There's so many different theories. It's just, there's like so many different models. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, a bit like this video, just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering, have we had enough of it yet? Please tell me we've had enough of it.
Well, I mean, let's just hear a bit more. Let's just hear a bit. We'll see.
I had enough of hell.
Interesting. Trying to figure out the brightness of the firmament. Again, 1957. The dissertation contains a certain formula of the brightness of the sky, taking into consideration only the brightness of the first order, and derived, get this now, on the assumption of a flat Earth, and giving some conclusions derived on the basis of this formula. So the Russians are trying to check out the firmament based on assumptions of a flat Earth in 1957? Very interesting, huh?
There's the word assumption.
All right, let's see what NASA has to say.
Yeah, it does need that, doesn't it?
Looking at this ntrs.nasa.gov document here, dated April 17th, 1961. Go back to Acrobat. Looking at this document from 1961.
Yeah, dong.
Are you unhappy? DK, are you unhappy?
I'm just going dong.
Dong. Yeah, I agree. I mean,
Jeez.
I mean, it's just going to go on and on and on and on. Reading words and not fucking understanding them. So what?
Yeah, I mean, he's not emphasizing the word. It's like you missed the word there. Assumptions that the Earth is flat. So what they do is make an assumption that the Earth is flat until they can actually sort of like scientifically go through the process that we know the shape of the Earth. Not because they think that it's flat or they don't know that it's round. That's not what they're saying. And you've got to bear in mind, don't forget, this is a translation. Try and translate something, particularly a document, from Russian to English is very difficult because they use a lot of words that there is no direct translation from Russian to English.
Like
Lots
sober.
Yeah. What's that? What's that word? I have no idea what that means. So, I mean, it was debated to hell, a couple of weeks ago, this very document. And
It's like I was talking to Aimee earlier. I was talking to Aimee. No, I was talking to Aimee earlier. And I've got a copy of The Hunting of the Snark here, first edition, and it's a lovely book. It's full of gibberish, and you could give them that, and they'd find something in there that would prove the Earth is flat. You know what I mean? It's just it doesn't matter with them, and words do not go together very well.
Getting the mucking words fuddled.
I'm just trying to rationalize your quantum entanglement there, Mr. DK. You were talking to earlier Aimee. Well, that's actually true. It wasn't earlier Aimee because the Aimee now is the Aimee now and not the later Aimee, which would be later. I think I just broke his brain.
Brain hurts.
I thought that's what he was going for. It's the time traveler thing.
Yeah. Could be worse. I could be talking to late Aimee.
That's right. Aimee of past, present, and future, right?
Still no trousers.
See, this is actually a more conducive conversation than looking at these damn documents.
It makes more sense.
Yep. Aimee, what's the consensus? Actually, I'll tell you what. I'll put it up to the vote in the panel. Anybody want to gong this?
For a living?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah, gong.
Yeah, let's put on the next one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. He's saying he's just going to keep reading words from a document that.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not like he's connecting anything.
Yeah, he's not adding any commentary on his own.
Yeah,
the word we're looking for is cherry pick, right? I mean, he's just going to keep cherry picking, highlighting sentences and words, and whatever.
God, could you imagine if the Christians did that with the Bible?
I know, right?
Anyway,
I know.
Holy shit! It'd be mayhem.
Well, since all he's doing is reading off the Russian document and not adding any commentary, can the Russians now get a copyright claim on him?
Oh, yes. Oh, the Kremlin. Hello, this is the Kremlin. We don't like your video. That was a really bad Russian accent, by the way.
We are going to strike your video. Yeah, mine's just as bad.
I think it was more. Mine was more Hindi than Russian, but never mind.
Hindi.
So every time I try to do a Russian impression, I either go pirate or I go like Indian. Sometimes I fall into Australia somehow and never make it to Russia.
No, I never do accents very well either. So what do we have next for a video, Colon? Which number do you think we should watch next?
Oh, well, somebody said number 3 a little bit earlier on, so well, it was 3.5, but you know, I don't go in for half measures.
Yeah, round down.
Yeah.
There you go.
So we'll head to number 3.
What can't we round up? Round up. What?
Depends if you go past 5. We didn't go past 0.5, so there you go.
It's Colon's choice.
Oh, okay.
I wonder what would happen if you started the vote while we're debating which video and if it could get gonged before you release the title.
Well,
It probably would happen.
Not with the titles tonight at all.
Well, I don't know what the titles are because I can't be bothered to look.
It's titled number 3.
Honestly, these videos are getting so pathetically stupid that I just can't be bothered. So let's see what number 3 is.
Yeah, numbering is probably just all it needs.
Yeah. So let's see. Ready?
Go.
Go!
Oh!
No.
Oh!
Oh, no, you can't do this one.
I'll turn that music down. I don't know whether it's copyrighted.
Well, I
I
mean,
know there's no words on this.
He's yeah, whatever.
Talk through, guys.
Now the astronaut in the with the ponytail there, she's obviously has the same problem. She obviously is also a snail person because she's got the glasses on top of her head.
What you'd like to do? He's actually missing something very, very obvious. Well, he's not missing it. He's deliberately ignoring it.
Come on, Matt. Come on, explain it. This is Flatsoid. This is Flatsoid.
This is Flatsoid. This is a video I did on him earlier on today. Look at the back of her neck, the necklace, right? So what he's going to claim is he's saying that she's wearing a hair gel. It's like, first of all, so freaking what?
Yeah.
Regardless whether they're allowed. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. Come on. No, to be fair, what he's saying is this is all fake.
Yeah.
So to fake it, she's wearing hair gel.
Wearing hair gel, exactly.
Now, can you show me a video, Flatsoid, of someone on Earth with a ponytail wearing hair gel that does that? You
I mean, you'd
idiot.
have to have some serious static clean going on and a balloon behind her to get her hair to stand up like that on the Earth.
Well, there'd have to be like a series of wires inside each of the strands.
Yeah. Exactly. There's that. Okay. So what he's claiming, he's not claiming CGI, right, for the hair. He's claiming hair gel. He's basically saying, what's with the hair gel is what he's saying, right? So the thing is, right below her hair, you've got a necklace, right? So I went onto his channel and I said to him, why are you deliberately ignoring what the necklace is doing right now? Because if you play it, the necklace is floating around. So his claim was, he said to me, he said that, there's all kinds of ways that you can create for the necklace to actually happen to move like that, right? So if he's going to claim CGI for the necklace, he's going to have to say, well, the hair's CGI. So, you can't have it fucking both ways. So he's shot himself in the foot for saying that to begin with. So
I think the necklace doesn't have enough hair gel in it.
Exactly. So, he's gonna have to claim CGI or he's gonna have to claim hair gel. It's got to be one or the other. But at the moment in this video, he's claiming hair gel. It can't be. Well,
let's rip something out of his grip straight away. Magnets. Well, let's put it this way: if you're trying to tell me that gold is magnetic, you have been buying the wrong gold.
Ugly German Truth said the astronaut is 42% genetically rooster.
Oh my God, that's it. Thanks, Ugly German. Oh man, okay, we're done. That's it.
Yeah. Yep. They're mixing animal DNA when they send them out now.
So probably from all those genetically modified chickens we eat.
That's right, exactly. Yeah. So I'm hoping Flatsoy is going to appear on one of the Discord channels. He appears in sort of like at least 2 or 3 of them that I appear on. So I'm hoping to kind of. Yeah. Okay. Come explain this, Flatsoid, please.
Catch him with his pants down.
Well, I hope not.
Yeah, he does go into gem pans.
Yeah, we don't need to see that.
No, we don't need to see that. No.
Yeah, he goes into gem pans a lot, but he tends to hang out in the Flat Earth Debate Society with Nathan Jokley.
Oh, does he? Okay. Yeah, he appears in Gem Pandas. He appears in what's the other one? I forget. Oh God, Brendan's.
Brendan.
Brendan's. Yeah, he appears in Brendan's once in a while. So I'm hoping to catch up with him one of these days. I've posted a link to my response to it, and yeah, well, whether he will reply or not, I don't know. But
so yeah. I just paused it on that for you, as you was pointing out. Yeah, there's the chain floating around quite happily, or is it fool's gold? Or just a fool looking at gold,
or a fool just looking at gold. So anyway, as you go into the video, he starts trying to make comparisons to the 0G plane, or the Vomit Comet, as it's known as. So he's trying to make the comparison. But first of all, the ladies in the Vomit Comet, they've got much longer hair, so of course they're floating about and all the rest of it as well. It's just. It's so weak, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, but the thing is, whenever they sort of like compare to the Vomit Comet, and here we go.
Yeah.
Look at it. They're accelerating all over the place.
Yes.
The
lots
Vomit
of changes
Comet,
of vectors. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a steady, like you say, it's not a steady vector like the ISS. No. So the people are always bouncing around, bouncing off walls. Shit just goes all over the place. Yeah. It's basically a plane crashing.
I mean, it's plane crashing, but at the same time, it's also heading through the atmosphere. So there's going to be turbulence. So there's changes of vectors all the time. So it's never steady, never is. So how you can make that kind of comparison with somebody who's got longer hair, plus in a plane that's just changing vectors all the time, it's just nonsense. It's
Yeah.
So I'm hoping he's going to come up with something better, because actually he's got similar sort of subscribers to me. So I'm hoping we can do like a bit of friendly 2 and 4th, I hope. And then, we'll see what happens. We'll see.
Infantile prat. That's all they are. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's just pure infantile gibberish.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, of course it is.
Of course it is. Exactly. It's just foolishness.
So he shot himself on the foot. So he's either going to have to claim it's hair gel, or he's going to have to claim it's CGI. It can't be both. So if he's going to claim CGI, then therefore the hair's going to have to be CGI as well. Come on. Flatsoid, you can't have both. Which is it? If you're going to claim one or the other, then prove it. It's pretty much what I've been saying in my video.
Well, you can also see when she moves her head, the glasses kind of bob up off of her head too.
Yeah, it does move about a bit. Yeah,
well, that's because they're on the stalks. Remember.
I also want to point out. I also want to point out that, when you're in 0G all the time and you fix your hair is going to be more straight out. When you're down here with gravity and you put a ponytail in, your ponytail is going to be more pointing to the ground. So it was probably already facing in that direction, straight out like that, when she put it up, because she's in zero gravity.
Right.
So then it just stays like that all day.
I mean, you got to consider other factors as well. I mean, first of all, static. It could be another factor. The fact that the atmospheric or the air recirculation system in the ISS is sucking things all over the place all the time, all over the ISS, constantly 24/7.
Good point.
So, you got all kinds of factors that could be considered here. I can't tell you whether it's definitely one or the other, but for sure, who cares? It doesn't matter. The necklace says it all. He's got to be one or the other.
Exactly. And you can even tell by the way her hair is sticking out like that. She's been moving about too, looking back and forth between her computers and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So as she turns her head, of course, it's going to sway back and forth. So of course it looks like that. This Flatsoid is so silly. He's just a contrarian who just thinks everything is fake.
And I'm sure many of you've seen as well. I mean, there's those kinds of videos from the ISS with the female astronauts with the hair going in different directions. I mean, like some female astronauts will have their hair short, but it's all personal choice, because NASA have given them the personal choice. They haven't told them that you must have it short or you must have it in this particular style, because it gives them that sort of touch with home and their touch of their sort of like identity. And I know with women that the hair is very important, is that part of their identity quite often. So yeah, they've given that choice. So it happens. You see all the different female astronauts with different hairstyles are coming in all different directions.
And let's face it, it's nice to see the ISS with a bit of feminine charm.
Well, yeah,
as opposed to all that male testosterone.
Well,
I will say this though, on the ISS, she's got a fucking awesome gaming setup there.
I mean, I'm really disappointed in the size of the screens, but they do have a pretty good hookup.
Yeah,
they do. I like the way it's set up all around like that.
Built-in joystick into the counter. I mean, that's amazing.
That's a pro joystick.
That's awesome.
Yeah, well, it's operating the Canadarm, which is trying to capture the Cygnus spacecraft, NS-16. So yeah, good job.
Yeah, well done, Canada, for your input into space is providing an arm. Well done, Canada. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I think this one deserves another.
Oh,
come on. There we go.
Thank you. Yes.
There it is.
And if you want, you can go and see more about this video on M2M's channel, which you should be shilling out right now.
That beautiful brass sound. Time to move on. That's right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, much better. And I've just opened myself a nice bottle of beer, so I don't know what it's look. There we go.
Yeah, Anthony Riley strikes
video
again.
Time goes, that didn't last long.
I think we're all impatient tonight with this crap. I think that's what it is.
I think so. I think so too. So, what should we play next, please, Colon? What number do you think we should go to? We did 3 and 6.
Roll the dice.
1, 2, 4, 5, or 7. Go for it, DK.
2.
5.
9.
DK, wait for number 2.
I said 5, not 9. That wasn't an option, sir.
That's still my favourite.
Yep, but DK decided to have a number 2. Please don't do it on stream, dude.
Number 13.
Not on stream.
Whatever.
No.
Not since last time.
Okay. So, yeah, let's see where this silly takes us. Good luck. Come on. Button. Where's the button?
Where has that button gone?
Oh, boy.
You may have seen this update from the CDC circulating on social media over the past few weeks. Lab alert, changes to CDC RT-PCR for SARS-CoV-2 testing. To give you the breakdown, in anticipation of the upcoming flu season, the update urges labs to discontinue the use of the current PCR test and encourages them to consider adoption of a multiplex method that can facilitate detection and differentiation of COVID and the flu. In other words, the CDC is now urging laboratories to test potential COVID-19 patients for both the flu and COVID simultaneously. As per usual, this change in testing guidance has sparked a heated debate between Team Live My Life in Peace and Team Can't Seem to Mind My Own Business. With the former saying, hey, looks like the PCR test we've been using for the past year and a half couldn't differentiate between COVID and the flu, and therefore the test is faulty and COVID numbers are inflated. Pause, but the latter is saying, no. That's a gross misinterpretation.
Buzz!
Yes, I just wanted to say, yes, she's team live our lives in peace and we can't mind our own business. You know what, lady? I'll mind my own business when you frickin' practice social distancing. Do not get all up in my grill because I will say something to you. You don't have to vaccinate, whatever. Do you, boo? But and don't wear your mask, whatever. But don't spit on me and don't get in my space. That's all I'm asking for because these people are just ridiculous. It's
somebody gets in Amy's face, they're gonna have to deal with me.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
Well, one of my favorite movies is what the Three Stooges where they poke each other in the eyes with their 2 fingers. They do that over the nose. Yeah. So yeah. So if you do that, I'm gonna poke you right in the eye. Okay, just.
Well, I mean this is the whole thing, isn't it? I mean, I've heard it so many times. Is that it seems to be kind of the world over as well. Is that okay? You're vaccinated, I'm not. So what? Why should you care? But the problem is, see, what they don't seem to understand is how a virus actually works. You know, you're going to get people, even if they're vaccinated. Well, we know two things, right, with a vaccination. We know that it's not 100% protective. It's not going to give you 100% protection to begin with. Secondly, you're going to get people that are immune deficient. So even if they get a vaccine, but the potential there is a virus to actually get to them, and it could kill them. So fine, you might not be sick. Fine, you might be young and healthy and brilliant. You're not going to be sick. You don't give a shit. But the problem is, you have the potential of passing that virus on, even if whether you're vaccinated or not, to actually pass it on to somebody and kill them. That's what makes you, my lady, irresponsible, and that's what, to me, I can't abide. And that's what gets me is that people don't seem to understand how a virus actually works. You can pass a virus on by all kinds of different ways. Just by touching something, a minute later, somebody comes along and touches that very same thing. Door handles, for example, is a common thing. Get on the bus or public transport. You touch things that other people have touched. You sneeze. Thanks.
I was going to say, all you have to do is somebody sneeze on their hand and not wipe it off, and then touch something that's touched all day long by everybody.
Exactly.
And then you have it spreading. And the reason, just before anybody brings this up, the reason the flu numbers dropped so much this year is because people were social distancing, wearing masks, and cleaning up effing hands.
Nail on the head. Nail on the fucking
head.
Right, nail on the head right there. I mean, that's exactly how the common cold spreads. Because
why do you think the Chinese walk around with masks and gloves all the time? Because they know they are highly populated, and if they get it, it will spread like wildfire, and it won't stop.
And the thing in China is you don't get paid for days off. They can't afford to be ill.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So
because the Chinese their whole society is based on just like insane work ethics, and so they have to keep fucking working, and they can't afford to be ill.
Absolutely.
Or spread it to other people.
Yeah, it's the same with the Thai and Asian continent. They've got the same exactly the same work ethic.
Yeah.
Japanese, Asians, Indians, the whole lot. All of them have.
All right then.
It's a good job. It's a good job Barman isn't here though, because he'd be looking at this video and just say boobies.
I was trying to be polite. Could you?
Well, that's why I'm here for you, B. I'm here so you don't have to be
on
polite.
The fly, but now that you brought it up.
Well, this conspiracy nut, she's been around quite a bit now, and
yes, she has.
I do have to ask one question. She's quoting the CDC and complaining about American politics and all this kind of stuff. She lives in Canada.
Oh, does she? Wow. Okay.
All right.
Wow.
What does she care about what the CDC is saying?
Exactly.
Well, and just
unless
one more
point. The CDC is the same in Canada. Sorry, go.
Yeah, just one more point as far as the threat that you mentioned, like people who are, immunodeficient or that can't get the vaccine. But much bigger problem is that kids still can't get the vaccine,
Right.
so.
Right.
Exactly. I mean, there's, what is that, 12 to 18 or something like that?
Yeah, and that's, I got vaccinated in May. I still wear a mask every time I go into the store because I don't want to take the chance I could kill somebody's kid.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely.
Me too.
Say, well, I'm vaccinated, I don't need to wear a mask.
Yeah.
Well, that's not technically true because then you can carry it. That's why they say the unvaccinated need to make sure to wear a mask to protect them from all of us that are vaccinated. They don't get it.
Let's be clear, though. I mean, let's be clear as well. We need to kind of consider this from the other side as well. People seem to have the assumption that if you wear a mask, therefore I am protected, or therefore I'm protecting everybody else. The mask is just a single layer. All it does is it reduces the chances of being able to pass it on to somebody else. It's not like a big bubble around you. It's not going to completely protect you or anybody else. It's just a simple way of actually reducing that risk.
The masks are actually made to catch certain size particles. Right. They're electrified, have like a static to them. Right. And the COVID particles are in the parameters of what those masks are meant to catch. That is absolutely true.
Yeah,
but there's no such thing as a perfectly sealing mask.
Right.
Nor are you supposed to wear them multiple times.
Right.
Exactly. And cloth masks are just they'll catch some of it. They're not going to catch the COVID virus.
Right.
That's just the fucking truth of it.
Well, I mean, don't forget. I mean, the virus does not protect to stop you from breathing the virus. It's to protect you from breathing in the aerosols that contain the virus.
Yeah.
You know,
I've direction.
Yeah, exactly. I've had people kind of posting stuff on social media and saying, "Oh, well, the virus is going to get through the weaves of the mask and all the rest of it when you look at the fibers in a microscope." Yeah, absolutely are, but that's not what they're there for. Well,
the viruses don't travel by themselves.
No, exactly. No,
that's the thing.
Precisely. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. They've got no other means of actually traveling in the air apart from through aerosols, i.e., sneezing, coughing, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the mask, especially the cloth mask, just limits how far the vapor from your breath is going to project.
It's a rudimentary, especially the cloths ones that you can buy, you know, on the high street and stuff like that. It's just a rudimentary protection. But the best method really is what I call the surgical mask, because they've actually got a waterproof membrane, usually on one side or the other. So you know that's what it's there for. So they're the best kind of ones. But the problem is with the ones you buy from the shops and the high streets, really don't offer that the kind of like water protection. So you know you're better off actually getting a proper what I call surgical mask.
Well, being in the UK, and you sort of, Matt, are kind of almost in the UK, sort of, just on the fringe.
What? What?
and Colon's in the UK. I mean, I don't know about you guys, and I don't know about the rest of the panel here, but I've seen a severe drop off of mask wearing recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, when I go in the stores, it's down to like 20% of the people in the store.
Yeah.
I mean,
I must admit, I just look at them, just think, fucking asshole.
You know, I'm double vaccinated. I had my second.
Me
jab.
too.
I had my second jab. about 12 weeks ago, Nina?
Yeah, I had my second shot at the end of May.
Yeah. So I mean, I still choose to wear a mask because at the moment, especially at the moment, I've actually got a cough and a sneeze. So you know, I'm taking the responsibility to protect other people from it. So that's where I wear a mask. I don't have to. What I do.
It just seems to be the thing to do, the right thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, whether it's mandated or what, it's just just seems to be the most responsible thing to do.
And
and believe it or not, I am actually quite a responsible person.
Don't forget about the immunocompromised people that have to go into stores and have to go shopping, and they cannot get vaccinated, and they're immunocompromised. Some of them are so severe that they're scared to get vaccinated, and honestly, I don't blame them. Because anything small getting into their system can just the side effects, the symptoms, quote unquote, that you get from the vaccine, even that can put them down. So, some of they're scared to do it. Now, of course, we're all telling them to still do it, but except for the very small exception in that like 1% that are having problems. But, otherwise everybody should be getting it. Bottom line.
Exactly. And that's why we try to go for herd immunity. That's why we want everyone else who can get vaccinated to do so we can protect those who can't get vaccinated instead of the ones who say, I don't want to.
Right.
Yeah. Like a child.
Yeah.
But first, before you get vaccinated, if you must, speak with your doctor and get your doctor's advice.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, it's really strange as well, because it seems to me, I mean, I'd probably make a generalization here, but it seems to me that a lot of anti-vaxxers are actually drug takers, and it gets me. Is this kind of they're willing to put all the drugs in their body, meth, alcohol. Sorry, not alcohol, but all kinds of different drugs. But they're not willing to put, from a drug dealer they don't know anything about, but they're not willing to put a vaccination in their body. Fucking ludicrous.
That's a good point.
We actually have some patients at work that are saying they don't want to be vaccinated, but then they take like oxycodone and hydrocodone.
Right.
And if we're late filling it, by God, they're giving us a call. We're all riled up about it.
Yeah. It's crazy. If you're willing to take drugs from a drug dealer, what the fuck are you protesting about against the vaccine? Don't be fucking stupid. Grow up. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
You can't just pick which ones are good and bad for you. It doesn't work like that.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, Pete, just on the sideline before we get back to Little Miss Stupid PCR tests are now invalid. This, the oxycodone thing over in America at the moment, the company that actually was running that, they've been sued heavily, haven't they? And they've decided to move their financial base to some positive area where if they do a deal over a $10 billion lawsuit that they've got going on, they can kind of save their money for the next 10 years before actually paying it out. Have you heard of that one?
Have I?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I
have not.
Then check out.
I'm horrible at watching the news, to be honest with you.
Oh, I don't watch American news. I tend not to watch UK
poke
news.
Myself in the eye. So.
Yeah, talking about watching the news. I was watching a video and they were talking about Afghanistan. I go, hey, what's happened there?
Oh
my God.
Yeah, that's right. I do okay.
No,
by the way, Colin, I changed my mind. I don't like this video. Can I choose another one?
It's got boobies on the screen. Leave it alone. Sorry,
you might have
Big
better
C,
boobies.
Ugly German Truth said that company is Purdue Pharma, owned almost exclusively by the Sackler family.
That's the ones. Yeah,
There you go.
and yeah, they've made a deal to actually move their company somewhere to save themselves money in a lawsuit to protect their money. Yeah.
Yep.
It's all
I
fun.
like money.
So do they. Anyway, let's get back to this before we get sued by Sacklers.
The original PCR wasn't calibrated to test for the flu in the first place, and all this change means is that the new PCR assay will test for COVID and the flu simultaneously, rather than testing for the two viruses separately. I'll give the PharmaShills credit where it's due. It's not that they're technically wrong in their assessment on the new testing protocol, it's just that they tend to miss the point more often than an English penalty kicker. To understand the real reason why the current PCR test is a huge problem and why the new testing guidance will perpetuate the fraud that is this pandemic even further, we must first revisit how the PCR test works. Samples are taken via a nasal swab and sent to the lab. Viral RNA and DNA are separated at the lab, and the viral RNA is converted into DNA. The test then makes copies of the converted RNA until it reaches a threshold that matches the genetic makeup of SARS-CoV-2. Because the test is reproducing viral RNA at upwards of 30 cycles, even the most minute levels of the virus can be amplified to detectable levels. So why is this a problem? Because it can amplify levels of viral RNA so small that it can pick up on a COVID infection you recovered from months ago. According to a study by the Oxford University Center for Evidence-Based Medicine, the tests used to diagnose COVID-19 are so sensitive that they may be indicating people are infected with SARS-CoV-2 even when they had the virus 70 days ago. This is why we're seeing so many reinfections in people who have recovered from the virus.
Fuck's sake. Right. There's two options, right? Well, there's only really one option. We have the PCR test, right, which essentially is just a quick test to see whether you actually whether you're COVID positive or not, right? Okay. Is
that the same as the flow tests at home that we have in the UK?
No, the rapid tests are the quickies.
Yeah,
and they are like 35% or something like that inaccurate.
Right.
Exactly.
Chance of So the PCRs are the ones they take into the lab and do, and it's got about a 24 to 48 hour turnaround time on.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, but the thing is that there are other tests that take longer that have got a much more accurate, more accurate result. Correct. Right. So we really don't have. So here in the UK, we've got the home test kits, which I think is the first level that you talked about. But the problem is with most people, if you're doing it yourself, you're not putting the fire back on the throat and all the rest of it. Blah blah blah. So therefore, they're going to be inaccurate. We don't have an option to other than use the PCR test. Right, because fine, it's got and the reason being is because it's got a quicker turnaround. We need to know quickly whether you're gonna have a COVID positive test. We don't have the luxury of waiting a week or two to see whether the culture that produces in a petri dish or what the method they use to produce whether they see a virus or not. You know, I'm probably getting it all wrong, but the thing is, I do know that with those tests, it takes much longer. We don't have that luxury. This is the point I'm trying to get at. We have no other option. Okay, it's not 100% accurate. And like the same with the vaccine. It's not 100% foolproof. It's not going to give you 100% protection. What other options do we have? We don't have any other options. We need to test, and we need to have results within a short period of time, or relatively short.
Well, my daughter has unfortunately had the COVID for the last week, and I've been socially isolating for the last week. I've got another 3 days locked in at home, not to go in anywhere. But rolling with this, she had a call from the NHS the other day saying, before you go back to work, don't do a lateral flow test. Come down and do a PCR test and we will get that checked for you. It will be marked down that you have been suffering with COVID, and they will do a full week-long test, but you are free to go back to work. Right. They tell you not to actually do lateral flows for at least 14 days after you've actually recovered.
Or a PCR.
Or PCR.
Or PCR,
yeah. Well, anyway.
PCR for 90 days.
Okay. Getting told in the background. Right, but you don't do the test for a period of time afterward because you still have dead cells in your body from the system, from the virus. So it's going to show up if you follow the basic test of the PCR.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's what they're saying over here anyway. So,
yeah.
Do we go back to the video or just gong this bitch off?
Gong the bitch.
Gong. There's that sound.
Thank you. Phew. Yeah, Matt's right. Halfway through, I guess, he said.
And I got a new rule. When you hear the means stop. Means pause. Sorry about that.
Go on, Matt.
We'll go with what Matt says.
Yeah.
Thing is, I actually find this whole COVID. It's not even COVID denial. I don't even know what this is. It's just sort of like whingy, whiny people. Don't
trust the experts.
Yeah, I just find it insanely boring.
Well, I mean, it all stems from pretty much all conspiracy theories. It's a mistrust of anybody with any kind of authority.
Well, it's not even that. It's like anybody but them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. But that's the thing. It's kind of anybody that's an expert to them. Quite often, it's an authority. So therefore, medical people are an authority to them. So therefore, they should not be trusted. But quite often, the medical people, the people that are advising the government, have got nothing to do with the government themselves. They're just advising, but they're still medical people. They know what the fuck they're talking about. That's what gets me.
Those scientists don't have a clue what they're talking about.
Well, some
they're
maybe
all
don't.
Greedy. None of them are in it for the science in itself, and they're making up stuff to manipulate society.
Yeah. But the problem is that when these medical people and the scientists advise the government, it gets translated through the government, and they make stupid decisions.
They're just as fucking.
So therefore,
they're just as stupid as the rest of us.
Does
well, exactly. So therefore, it's kind of like this mistrust. So therefore, they're going to mistrust not only the government but also medical people from that point of view.
The first thing I taught all my kids it is vital to question all authority.
Yeah,
however,
absolutely.
with that, you have to realize that when you ask them the questions, you have to acknowledge someone who spent a lot more time researching this than I have and figure that they probably know more about it than I do.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, yeah, except never question your authority of your proctologist when he's got his finger up your ass. They don't like it.
Well, yes, there are certain times.
Well, I mean, whatever, man. I ain't shaming any kinks tonight, so.
Yeah, I mean, they don't like it up them, do they, DKG?
They don't like it. They don't like it up them.
They don't like it up them.
So which one is next, please, Colon? Which numbers do we have left?
Okay, well, we'll offer this one. We'll offer this one up to perps. All right, purple. Okay. 1, 4, 5, or 7.
7.
That wasn't perps.
Okay. Let's take 7.
Okay.
Got somebody whispering in my ear there.
We'll take 7 for $200.
Well, Ugly German Goose also voted for 7.
Oh, there you go. Then.
Damn it.
Dear. I'm not looking forward to this one.
Oh, this was another long one as well.
Oh no! Oh no! This sounds bad.
Good luck, everybody. This is going to be painful.
Thank you for coming.
Hold on, where is it?
Oh,
no, he's lost it.
Your proctologist got it.
2 seconds. Where the hell's it gone?
Up your ass.
I don't know. I hate it when I drop stuff in my lap and then the cat starts playing with it and takes it all the way across the floor and I can't find it. Damn.
Okay. It's got to be number 5 instead. Sorry. Number 7's dead.
Oh, number 7's dead. Oh dear.
Yep.
Wait.
Number 7's dead. Number 5 is alive.
Do we have self-drawing videos now?
Obviously, this one's died.
Well, how are you doing? Okay, this is called, or titled, I should say, Calling 20.
Oh, it's the Irish fella.
It's about how airplanes fly. Okay. Please share this with Wolfie as much as possible and question him on this
I'm going to
specific
get silent on this because I'm about to scream.
Yeah, can you turn the volume on it up a bit?
Okay, Wolfie 6020 is a acclaimed commercial pilot who is a former military pilot who works for a private company. Wolfie turned up on the Flat Earth Globe Earth scene on YouTube in 2016, if I remember correctly. Wolfie has since then, which is 5 years now, claimed a sphere Earth. Wolfie has, as aforementioned, is a commercial pilot who claims to fly about 10,000 miles per week, if I recall correctly. So it is time for him to put up or shut up. Explanation time. Aircraft fly with their noses between 1 and 4 degrees above horizontal on average. The reason they fly this way is due to how aircraft are designed to fly, by using air pressure differential above and below the wings. Aircraft are pushed ahead through the atmosphere by thrust, and the wings of the aircraft are designed in such a way to create and take advantage of a pressure differential, where a faster moving air glides over the top of the wing, causing a lower pressure system, and slower moving air glides underneath the wing, causing a higher pressure system. Due to entropy, this causes lift, as the higher pressure under the wings strive for equilibrium with the lower pressure above the wings. So, the more thrust that is imparted by the pilot of the aircraft, the faster the air flows over the top of the wings, and the faster the air, the lower the pressure. And as we all know, an increase in pressure differential will mean an increase in entropy. So, more thrust, the greater the entropy. The greater the entropy, the more lift. The more lift, the more tilt the nose of the aircraft will have upwards. So
I don't have a go pause.
No, they steer against that and towards that and stuff.
Haven't we seen this already?
An aircraft wing.
Or is this a rehash of another video?
Fast moving air over the top, slow moving air.
I think we better pause it. I think there to discuss.
So you have.
I don't have the goat pause. Believe me, I would be playing it now. Yeah, thank you, DK.
I'm sure I've seen this, or is this just a rehash of the same thing?
No,
you said before?
This video has been around for a while, and I think 6020 actually responded to it. I believe it's been around for about, I think maybe about a month or so. I think.
I just think it's been on. I just thought it's been on the show.
I don't think it's been. I'm not sure if it's been on before. I don't think the audience tell me.
No, I don't think it's been on the show before. I think it's been discussed on a couple of other channels and stuff like that, but I don't think it's been on this particular show. But anyway,
hold on. He's trying to describe that the more lift you get, the more the nose goes up. No. Just freaking no.
Well, he is using the Penguin book of aerodynamics, so you've got to give him that.
I'm not going to.
Well, and we know how well penguins fly.
That's why they just write books now.
It's a range of books here in the UK. Orange Purple. It's yeah.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the Penguin publishing.
Sorry. I thought it was a UK thing. Sorry, beg your pardon. But yeah, I don't know much about a whole lot about aerodynamics, but I do know that in terms of lift, yeah, exactly what they do is they do have a certain amount. I think it's 1 or 2 degrees above the nose up, in order to create more of that lift. Hence why most aircraft, the way they're actually constructed and the way they're, the angle of the wings are there to the fuselage, right? Am I Am I getting about
Yeah,
right?
you're in the right. You're in the right ballpark.
The right ballpark,
You have what is called the angle of attack of the aircraft, which allows the airflow that it's pushing into to either go slower or faster over the wings, creating the amount of lifts that you're actually after.
Right.
On top of that, you also have your ailerons and your tailerons to actually deflect that to cause pitch, to actually control that nose-up angle of attack. And then if you vary it on either side, you can then get your roll and your pit and your yaw and stuff like that off your tailplane as well. So it's so much fun when he starts talking about stuff that I actually studied for years, worked with for years, and he gets it completely freaking wrong.
Wow, then you should be front and center.
Am I also right in saying, colon, is that to lose altitude they throttle back in order to lose the altitude to keep
the
lift with the aircraft? You can do.
Yeah, you can do, or you can just level off the aileron a little bit, which allows for the pitch angle to drop. Right. And therefore you actually slowly fall down. You slowly fall through the atmosphere back towards the earth. Yeah, it's a similar effect. You can either throttle back a little bit, which reduces the speed of pushing the air over the wings and up under the wing, reducing the lift, or reduce the pitch angle to actually just float down a little bit. But you never really drop past the 1 degree.
Right.
Now, my question is, does this guy actually get to a point that just denies reality?
Pretty much.
Does
he does. Yeah, he does.
He does. Believe me.
Yeah.
I think we should play on for a little bit.
Yeah, let's get to that point.
High pressure underneath and low pressure at top. So high will go to low, causing lift of the airplane. So here is from NASA. So thrust is pushing, pulling, pushing whichever the airplane forward. You have drag, which is the air resistance, causing a pull back the way because it has to flow through air. You have weight of the airplane, which will cause it to go down. Then you have lift caused by thrust, which will allow it to stay up. Okay, so more lift than weight, the plane will rise. More weight than lift, the plane will fall. The more drag than thrust, the plane will slow. More thrust than drag, the plane will accelerate. Okay. So.
Okay. Point is.
Thrust. The more thrust, right, will cause more lift. So the more thrust, the more lift. The more lift, the more the nose of the airplane will tilt upwards. Okay. So and the more thrust, the more lift that is created, then the more the weight of the plane is overcome, and the more thrust creates the lift and also counteracts the drag, and the lift also counteracts the drag.
Oh no! I'm going to stop straight there. The more thrust, the more lift. It doesn't change the angle of attack of the nose of the aircraft. That is done by controlling the ailerons. This is painful. Yeah, this is hurting me more than it is you guys. Honestly.
Good.
Want to bet, buddy?
Let's go a bit longer because I'm getting close to kind of like falling asleep here, so like a gong might be imminent.
So
he was
that's the
saying
basics
trust.
of
See,
this
the
effect.
plane only flies if
But
most of the people
the
on
point
board have trust
is
in
the
Lord.
nose.
Yes.
Jesus.
It's the Irish accent. Trust. 333 trust.
Yeah, you gotta trust in your trust.
It's up the way. So the more thrust, the more the nose will tilt up the way. Okay, because it causes more lift, and the lift causes the pressure differential, which causes the plane to tilt up the way. So the plane's nose is tilted up the way. So here we have the purple line. If it's extended, let's just say globe out. Okay, I've written in down here. Here you have the plane going forward, right? So the plane is trying to go in a straight line like this yellow line here.
Oh,
right?
God.
But on this model here, the globe out model, it has to be doing this, right? Going down this way. But it's trying to go forward, right? Because that's how it flies. But actually what happens is, as it flies, the nose comes up the way. If you can see this yellow arrow
No,
here.
it doesn't.
So what's actually happening is it's flying forward, but with its nose.
I'm shit at this, and I know
So
this.
it's flying
Come on.
forward at a slight angle. Okay, but it's still flying in a straight line, horizontal line forward. But it's flying with its nose above horizontal. Because this would be horizontal, but this would be where its nose is, tilted above horizontal. So engine power increases lift, and lift causes the airplane's nose to tilt upwards from horizontal. Here, these lines here, making flight over a consistently curved surface a physics impossibility.
Okay,
Thank you.
If you agree with everything he says, and the part about, you know, less thrust is going to cause the plane to go down, then why is flying over a curved surface impossible? It just means that you would use less thrust to follow the curve instead of going in a straight line.
He's trying to employ what is called the the Alice and Bob paradox that QE is pulling in at the moment.
Yeah.
That is, gravity pulls you down. Down is a direct straight down from where you are. 8 miles an hour, 8 meters or 8 inches per mile squared. Bullshit fucking thing, right? The drop in the distance, therefore you're going downhill, therefore the aircraft going straight is going to increase in altitude. Yeah, he's so confused. It is more.
Well, like I say, even if I gave that everything he said is true, not being able to follow the curve just doesn't add up there.
No, right, exactly. You're right. I see where you're coming from now. Yeah, absolutely. What he's insinuating, what he's saying is that unless the aircraft actually does that, it's just going to find a straight line and go into orbit.
So he's a rocket scientist all of a sudden.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I think that's what that's what he's saying, isn't it?
I mean,
I can tell.
Couldn't Elon Musk save millions if they just used airplanes and pitched the nose up a little bit?
Oh God. Doesn't that sound a little like Virgin Space?
Yeah.
Bit more of a spacecraft, a little bit bigger a bit thrust on the back end of it.
Oh, I've heard David Weiss actually say. I'm pretty sure it was David Weiss on Globetrotters actually say about the Virgin Galactic airplane. Airplanes don't fly in space. What are you talking about? Of course, it's fake. Oh fuck! Oh God!
But according to them, airplanes will go into space if we don't tip the nose down.
Yeah, because apparently airlines are constantly tipping their nose down because otherwise they're going to go into space.
Happens all the time, man.
Yeah, it happens all the time, man. Exactly.
Yeah.
God, space tourism could have been like that, but no, facts had to get in the way. Science and that damn gravity.
Sigh.
Not just science, engineering, all that kind of stuff as well. Yeah.
Reality.
Well, this is painful. I'm going to play it again.
Play it.
Believe me, this is more painful for me than most people. No, especially when you spend 30 odd years in the aircraft industry and you end up teaching it as well. So yeah. Yeah, it's bloody painful. No, I can't go on just yet because there's something else coming up fairly shortly.
Yeah, no gonging yet. Let's run it out and we can laugh a little bit more. Don't give up so easily.
Yeah, Matt, I've seen the ones.
So, just going to go back down now. So, from this, we can conclude that when an aircraft is flying at around 550 miles per hour, which is around the average speed for a commercial Boeing 777, etc., that the nose of the aircraft will invariably be above horizontal by a couple of degrees, as it has no choice under those conditions. You see, aircraft can't not fly with their noses a few degrees above horizontal, as that is how they are designed to fly at cruising altitude for extended periods of time and distance. And every pilot must learn this, as it's a crucial part of information to know for every pilot. So every pilot has to know that the plane that they fly, that it has to fly with its nose above horizontal, because that is how lift
Who
works.
wrote this with
Now,
the
I've known this
random
for years,
capitalization?
and I've known
Can't
it
not
would be.
fly with their noses up. What the fuck?
He wrote this, and yeah, can't not fly. It has to fly with its nose at a slight angle up. It's called the angle of a freaking tack. Oh, jeez. It's in the actual pilot's documentation when you actually learn the aircraft. What angle the aircraft actually needs to pitch up at to move to stay steady and level flight. God, I hate using that term as well. Okay, to stay at that level altitude, right? That's even worse. No, to stay
get your pronouns right.
You know it. You know that she's going to jump on this when they say, "Oh, look, he said level." Right? To stay at that actual altitude, you have to keep the nose at a certain point, because if you don't have the thrust, you don't have the lift, it's going to drag and it's going to drop. Yeah, all four factors are in play when you're flying an aircraft. God help these guys.
No, he didn't mention whether or not
fine.
the airplane is smoking or non-smoking. So
no, it's got helium in it. Just floats right up into outer space.
Ah, that's the one.
As soon as it starts going forward, that's it.
If your airplane engines are smoking, you usually start to lose altitude.
Yeah.
That's well, you know what they say is statistically speaking, flying is the safest way to travel. Well, yeah, flying is. It's the crashing bit that doesn't. That's where the statistics all fall apart.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's probably more. It's actually truer because it is safer to fly than it is actually to drive a car.
Not if this
yeah, that's because there are fewer idiots who have pilot's license.
Correct.
I don't know about that.
Very correct.
Yeah.
Is this
every?
Is this guy's?
Hey, Blues in the chat. Yeah,
is this guy's CV? Is this guy's CV presentation to Aer Lingus? I want to be a pilot.
Well,
trust me.
Blue is actually saying in there, "Don't make me come in there." I think we should bring him in. I think
yeah,
we really should bring him in.
He's got the link if he wants it.
Come on, Blue.
He's gonna.
You know what I'm talking
sense
about.
into this nonsense. I mean, he's seen this. I know he's seen this.
Exactly.
If he doesn't come
already.
If he doesn't come in, I'm sending the proctologist round.
Uh-oh.
So somebody needs to send him. Hang on. Shall I send him the link? Hold on a minute.
Or maybe the prostateologist.
That's fine. But can I speak first? He was just. I just wanted to give this comment. He says, "No, that is an angle of attack. Don't make me come in there." So that remember that that's not angle of attack. He said.
You know,
isn't that Oakley's thing about seeing too far or something? You know, gibberish, blah blah blah.
Yeah, he tried to coin the angle of attack for it. Yeah, he tried to coin the angle of attack to mean a line of sight. Yeah, everybody knew it was wrong. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, I don't want to press the play button.
Press the play. Come on, cut along. You can get through this, pal.
I don't know when I learned this. It was years ago. I don't know when it was, but it was years back. And Wolfie has known this for a long time. So if the plane has to, the only way a plane can fly is by using lift. Okay? The thrust creates the lift. The lift causes the nose to tilt up the way. So that's the only way a plane can fly, with the nose tilted above horizontal. So just go back for a second. But on the globe model, which is Wolfie's model, the nose would have to at some point for a long period of time be below horizontal, because it's not just drop, it's curvature. Because if you flew from London to Perth on the globe model, then you're going to have to, or the other way around, you're going to have to end up 3/4 way upside down. That's the way it is. There is no way around it. So even throwing something like there's a blanket answer from people who are uninformed and uneducated on the subject of gravity will just shout gravity, right? But it doesn't matter what your belief in of what gravity is or what it is actually claimed to be by modern day pseudoscience. All the gravity.
Shut up! Pause it for fuck's sake. You dickhead. I mean, he does realise that Wolfie is not the only pilot in the world. We're not going back to the days of the fucking Wright brothers, who are trying to figure out how to fly aeroplanes. Wolfie is not the only one. He's one of, I don't know, I'd like to say millions, but but thousands and thousands of pilots.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, it's Wolfie's model. It's not Wolfie's model, you fuckwit.
See,
no, exactly.
Something. Yes. Before you jump in, Matt.
Yeah,
something he tries to point out there is, as you're flying around the world, you're eventually going to end up upside down, only relative to where you started.
And that alone just shows how stupid his thought process is. He's trying to come across as really, really intelligent, and then you throw in something like, "Oh, and you'll end up upside down." Oh, for fuck's sake! You're that kind of mental idiot. It's like give up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
infantile shit.
Usually, I can't do this anymore.
No,
it's got to go.
They always miss the basic concept that ionosphere down just means toward the center.
Let's keep this alive just for a short while longer. I've just sent hold on. I've just sent an invite to Blue, and I think he ought to come in and sort of explain things a little bit better than we can. But most
okay.
Bring the smart
people. He is actually a pilot. I'm just an aeronautical engineer. I don't do the piloting side of it. No, my basic understanding is that I can fix the damn things, but I'm not going to fly the damn things.
That's because you fix them. And you know how you fix them, so you're not getting me in that.
That was usually my phrase. The boss is here.
That's actually why I don't like going on planes. I'm always concerned about, did the guy who did the maintenance, was it 4:00 on Friday and he wanted to go home and his boss announced overtime, so he didn't actually check the torque on the landing gear.
Yeah, my father-in-law was a frame technician engineer for the RAF, and God, he's got some fucking stories to tell.
He was a rigger.
Yeah.
So we got Big Blue. Hello, Blue.
Hello.
Hi, Blue.
Hey, Blue.
So what say you, Blue? What say you about all this? Because I know you've seen this before. Because I think we've discussed this.
Yeah, I think
What say you?
I probably did a debunk on it. This is Brian's logic.
I think you did. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Brian's.
He gets almost nothing correct in any of this. Jesus, it's just irritating as hell if you're a pilot trying to listen to him.
Yeah, it's irritating as hell if you're an engineer as well, aeronautical. Yeah, but hey,
it's irritating if you have common sense.
It's irritating if you just don't fucking care. It's just irritating.
Anyway, let's more about the stuff building paper airplanes than he knows.
So let's see what Blue's got.
Well, this guy, along with I'd say probably the majority of the planet, there's no damn idea what angle of attack means. Jesus. Yeah. He thinks it has something to do with the horizon. He thinks if the nose of your plane is raised above the horizon, you have a positive angle of attack, and you don't. Angle of attack is the angle between the chord line of the wing and the relative wind. The direction the plane is going in. The plane could be going straight up and still have a positive angle of attack. It could be going straight down and still have a positive angle of attack. The direction the plane is flying in compared to the angle, the chord line of the wing is the angle of attack. So
it's like rowing a boat across a river. The direction you're pointing the boat is not necessarily the vector you're actually traveling in.
Yeah, true.
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
Very true.
Thanks, Blue.
Yep.
So,
do you want some more of this?
I guess to just in summary, Brian's logic doesn't know fuck all. So, yes, quit whenever you feel like it because it's not going to get better.
He's got this so true. That is just so true. Oh God, I've actually kept this to hand out to all my RAF friends or ex-military aeronautical friends, so they can have a damn good laugh at it.
There you go.
Oh well. So, big question:
That was short and
gong
sweet.
or not? Everybody, gong or not?
Well, do you know what? I'm going to say no gong, right? Because some people may not have seen this, and then maybe we can have a bit more commentary from Blue and get a bit more detail as to. I know it gets worse, Blue. I get it, and I know you've seen it, but for those that don't, I think it could be beneficial or just educational.
Well, if it gets worse, that's what we want, isn't it?
Okay, so the sadist in the group, Matt wants us to play on. Great.
Of whatever you want to be in war, you won't change the physics of the situation. The nose has to tilt above horizontal, so it cannot be flying around something that is falling away from it at magnitudes underneath. It can't be doing that. Because, as I said, it's not just drop. Because a plane can drop in altitude, but it still won't be changing its position. Its nose will still, even if it slows down, its nose will still be above horizontal by a degree or so. And the more thrust the pilot gives the plane, the more lift, so the more the nose will tilt up. So that's why when a lot of planes, when they're flying at top speed, at cruising altitude, their nose will be tilted up the way. Now, I know if they're flying through thin air and stuff like that, people might make that argument, but I have not heard how that would change anything. But either way, the nose and the way the airplane is designed, if you look at the nose of the front of airplanes, especially if you look at the big ones, that really shows it, how the air is designed so the air is pushed underneath the plane. That's the idea. It's pushed down underneath. And that's what happens with the differential of pressure on the wing, at the wings. So how can an airplane be ever doing this down over that shape of a thing when it's naturally flying, going in a straight line, but with its nose pointed up the way? It's never.
You idiot.
Definitely. Blue, how many times have people told you the actual body frame of a Cessna actually gives you lift?
Oh, jeez.
That's what he's trying to point out here, that it's the air being pushed underneath the fuselage is giving it lift. No, it's aerodynamics.
I certainly hope so. I mean, something is going to be radically wrong if lift doesn't result from the pressure under the wing being greater than the pressure above the wing.
Yeah, lift under the wing, definitely.
Yeah, again, this has nothing to do with the damn direction the plane is going in. You can have lift from the wing regardless of what direction. The plane can be upside down and have lift. You realize that, right? Yep. That's how we do inside loops. That's exactly.
Yeah, I try not to do that with I try not to do that with a TriStar aircraft.
It's probably better not. Yeah, you're probably better off not doing that with a 777. I agree with you, but the fact of the matter is, this is what Brian doesn't understand. That airplane doesn't know where the hell it is. It only knows the angle of attack. It knows the direction of travel, whether that's straight up, straight down, to the left, to the right, no matter what direction it is. That direction of travel is what we call the relative wind. And it knows the angle of attack of the wing, the chord line of the wing, relative to that relative wind. That's all it knows, nothing else. And it is seeking a balance. If you're trying to achieve straight and level flight, all it's trying to do is make the lift equal to weight. That's it. You got to have a couple of very simple things occur to have straight and level unaccelerated flight. Lift needs to be equal to weight, and thrust needs to be equal to drag. Period. That's it. Nothing
Sounds
more
good
than
to
that.
me.
There you go.
And with that, I'm sorry, Matt, but I've had enough. Come on, go back to main set.
You don't have to. You don't have to apologise. I was only thinking from an educational point of view. Listen to Blue. This stuff is an education. You know, we all know this.
Oh, definitely.
Let's get Blue to pick the next one.
Yeah, I think we should. What numbers have we got left?
Numbers 104.
What are my choices? Huh?
I can't tell you what the names are. I didn't write them down, so it's just number 104. Good luck. We're going old school tonight.
I get to go 1 or 4, huh? Okay, well, 4.
Okie doke. Let's see where this takes us.
No, 1, 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, good luck.
Hey friends, Peggy Hall here. I'm on my Monday morning walk. And of course, this is the Healthy American. I know that Facebook likes to freeze me out, so stick with me for a moment. I have something very important to tell you about tomorrow's Tuesday board meeting in Orange County. And if you can't make it, just pray for us because they have put back on the agenda the idea that they're going to pay $20 to each person, not to each person that gets the needle, to each person that coerces somebody to get the needle. They're calling them volunteers. And they're going to be voting on something that we have successfully pushed aside because of everybody showing up. And now they put it on the supplemental agenda for Tuesday. And they gave it a new name and they're calling it the Equity Needle Program, some kind of hogwash like that. They renamed it thinking we wouldn't see it. But of course, not only did we see it, we're exposing it. And I am going to drop, I'm on the walk right now, but when I get home, I'm going.
Hold on. Did they secretly put this through without anybody seeing it anywhere on any kind of agenda for nobody to find in the bottom corner of a drawer in the bottom of the basement that, we'll just write this all out and therefore nobody will know about it, so they can't claim the $20? Or did they actually propagate this and actually put it up in the court documents or the council documents and say, here, this is going to be available. We're going to call it the equity thing, but we're going to rethink of it, of what it was before, and we're going to call it this now, and we're going to offer this to people who talk people into actually getting a vaccine jab because maybe it's a bloody good idea.
It was cleverly hidden in the agenda published in the local newspaper.
In plain sight.
But is that Sisu what they're doing in that particular county? Is they're actually offering a payment for people to get? Is that what this is about? Am I misunderstanding?
Yeah, it sounds like a referral thing.
Right.
Yeah, that if you get a friend to go in and get the shot, they give you $20.
I mean,
sounds like a good plan to me.
The only way you're going to coerce people into doing it that don't want to do it is by offering them something they really want.
Exactly, an incentive. Yeah.
But here's the thing. I mean, like, it's $20, right? I mean, if you feel strongly enough, right, you're not going to take it regardless whether you're going to get $20 or not, right? So, but if you're really that badly off, is $20 going to make a massive difference? Okay, if you're homeless, maybe. But I don't get it. Why do you need to offer a small incentive like that, $20, just to have a shot? I mean, that says something about the people of that area. I mean, what? I don't.
If I took all my friends to get vaccinated, I'd probably get $5.
Yeah, you know what they're probably hoping is at some point in the future, anybody who hasn't had the jab is going to end up on Oprah Winfrey, and she's going to say, "And you get a jab, and you get a car, and you get a jab, and you get a car." Oh, boy.
I'm not being funny, but I mean, I can kind of understand. Again, it's kind of like, I'm not going to get a jab because this, and yes, $20. Yeah, okay. Now, come on, please.
I got a better idea. If you don't find a friend to get the jab, you owe them $20.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's Peggy Hall
for you.
Well, looky there.
Well, let's play some more and see what else she's got to say. But I mean,
all I can say is Blue did not choose wisely.
No, he didn't. Oh well,
No,
actually,
apparently not.
That's
Well, don't
okay. I
worry,
don't
don't-
think one is probably any better, so I think you're okay.
Well, I can't afford it.
I also don't think this will last very
I'm going
long.
to drop
Blue,
in
I apologise,
the
I can't
link
afford
where
to
you
see
can get
you,
the
I'm sorry.
information and you can see all of the talking points. Actually, I will just post the talking points that I created. Not only do they want to pass this $4.5 million that comes from FEMA through the state of California, they want to do it retroactively, and instead of 4.8, they want to increase it to 8 million. And what they're sneaking in is that they want to say that future agreements will just be approved automatically by someone, not by the board, meaning we, the people, will not see it in public, because there is a law called the Brown Act that they are violating, and that law says that we have the right to see the public business conducted in public. So that's like a 3-strike.
Be like Jerry Brown? Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. It sounded like poop to me. I didn't know what she was talking about.
Yeah, most people think she talks poop all the time anyway.
Touche, my friend.
Now, I've had enough. Now, let's go to the last video. We've got 15 minutes left. Yeah, she can have this.
Dong.
Thank you.
Moving on.
Just one, number one.
Yeah, she's painful. Yeah, just the last one to go. So it's number one time. Yeah, would you believe we got through 6 videos today?
Ooh.
Oh,
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, good luck.
All right, so like I like watching the NBA, right? Like it's so exciting and exhilarating, like the dunks and the crossover dribbles. The problem is that like I like to get up and like, it's hard for me to just sit there and like watch something. Like I was always getting up and doing something, you know what I mean? And like I always miss something really good. Like I'll just be kind of watching and I'll be like trying to, oh shit, let me go make some coffee or something. And I might just hear like, oh, and then you come back and there's like some dunk. I'm like, oh my God, I missed that, man. Like that was crazy. That's why I love watching the WNBA, right? Because like you can get up and do stuff and you're not going to miss anything, right? Like they could be on a fast break. You can just go up, go to the bathroom. You're not going to miss anything. Don't worry. Don't worry about it, right? Like it's awesome. I remember I missed a whole WNBA game. I didn't miss anything, right? Like it was great. Yeah. So if you're like a busybody but you like basketball, just always watch the WNBA because you can do stuff, right? You can basically live your normal life and not miss any action because.
Can I get a pause?
Oh my God.
Oh, you got it. Go for it, girls.
Oh, I know this is a bit of a tangent, but you know, these people who admit they care absolutely nothing about women's sports, but are the same ones who get all upset about the transgender and sports issues.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because they're Karens.
And
there was also that weird thing about women's volleyball in the Olympics, and they insisted that the women had to wear like the bikinis. That they wanted to wear different stuff, but you know, oh no, you can't do that. You've got to wear the regulation thong and bikini strap. Otherwise, it's not proper fucking women's volleyball.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Fucking morons. Yeah, it is. It is ridiculous. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like to see that kind of stuff, but no, it's a fucking sport, you know.
Yeah, if it doesn't affect their performance on the court, there shouldn't be any rule about it.
No, it was just men wanting to see skin. That's all it was.
Well, what I would say is this clown hadn't watched very much WNBA basketball or very much women's basketball at all. That's damned exciting stuff.
Yeah,
it's
you still got heart in it.
Men's basketball.
That's why I like watching college sports. They still have their heart in it.
Now, fair dues, I live in Pat Summit country, right? But I've watched a lot of women's basketball over 30 years. Much into it in 1990, but I moved up here and got interested. And it is a hell of a thing to go see. I highly recommend it. This clown has no idea what he's talking about.
Well, it's nice to see that Right the Hand has fallen down so far that he's ridiculing women's sport now. seeing as he got beaten up by a woman in an MMA fight. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that. Oh, that was a while ago, wasn't it? That was a good one.
Oh hell yeah!
Wow, I've forgotten about that.
So I wonder why he's having a go at the women's NBA when, he got shown up something chronic in an MMA match. Anyway, Aimee, it's about 10-2, Pet. I think we need done.
I think you're right. It's 10-0. So yes, let's go ahead and go right around the room. Thank you. Thank you. Right, the hand is poop, so he needs to just be gone right out. Just complete and utter poop. And it was funny when he got beaten up by that girl. Scott Bennett just reminded us of that in there, and that was pretty funny. So that was good. So yes, let's get right around the room and see what everybody thinks of this evening. Let's start out with Colon. What did you think so far tonight?
I'm still stressed as hell back, and I'm hoping Dick is going to be alive and well in the morning, and we're able to look after the uncalled for, because 3 shows on a weekend is definitely tiring. It's more his style than mine these days, but we'll see.
Well, I want to thank you so much for helping us out. I really do appreciate it. This has been awesome.
Yeah, you did great.
No, you've got to do the stuff when you've got to do it. That's all that matters.
Yeah, you've taken a lot on.
Okay. You have, and thank you. I appreciate it. We all do. So next up, we have M2M Matt. What did you think of this evening, Matt?
It's been entertaining. It's good to have Blue on to actually explain. Somebody who actually knows what the fuck we're talking about, or what the fuck we're talking about. So thanks, Blue. Appreciate it. Thanks to Colon for sort of taking on yesterday and today, and all the whole kit and caboodle. It's not easy. To me, presenting all this stuff is enigma as it is. I've done it in the past, and it was, especially sound, was a complete enigma. So it's not easy. So appreciate Colin. You honestly, you've done a great job. You've done nothing wrong, dude. Seriously, it's all good. But I've got to finish as well, just to say that those of you don't know that it's Amy's birthday tomorrow. I don't know how. I've no idea how old she is. I'm a gentleman, so I don't ask how old a lady is. So I want to
35.
Say, 21. I was going to say actually be, but if you want to say 35,
bless your heart.
So I want to say happy birthday to you.
She's got a child. She wasn't like a 10-year-old slut.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I went with 35.
But
I keep saying that Sloth Girl keeps turning 29, and no awkward questions about how her daughter is older than she is.
Exactly.
29 and holding.
Used to say that too.
So I suppose a bit of a note to you, Aimee. I mean, I've heard recently about your struggles in life. You're an absolute trooper. You're honestly warrior, and I hope you. There's going to be many, 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 many more years, especially with us on the Shills. Honestly, you're an inspiration to many people. So I hope that carries on. So but thank you. It's been fun, and I've had a good time. But thank you, everybody. By the way, thank you, everybody. But by the way, I've got to say, the peanuts. There's not enough super chats. So more super chats, please. And thank you very much. And thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much. I'm not going to get emotional or anything, but thank you. I'm trying not to anyway.
Agree.
Yes. And next up, we have DKG. What did you think of this evening?
Oh, it's the usual shamble of bollocks as usual, but it's always fun to sit and laugh at the fuckers. And I repeat the sentiments. Colin's done a fantastic job. Because poor old Dick is suffering from, let's give it the full terminology, is Streptococcus deepus throatus, and so let's hope he gets better. All our best wishes go to him. And Aimee, I think there's only one thing to say to you is happy birthday to you. Sing along, everybody. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Aimee. Happy birthday to you. Have a banana.
Okay. That's enough, Matt. Thank you.
Well, that went perfectly, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't even planned.
I know.
What was that again? Say it again.
Yeah, she said that wasn't even planned, huh? Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Lots of love.
Thank you. Thank you. And next up, we have Big Blue. What did you think of this evening?
Well, if the last two were any indication of the first six, you guys had a hell of a night.
Yes, we did.
That's about all I could say, I think. But happy birthday.
Thank you.
Tomorrow, I guess, Amy.
Yes, thank you.
And having celebrated the 50th anniversary of my 21st birthday this year, I can tell you that you can be just as old as you want to be, or as young as you like.
Thank you. That's right. I know. I keep saying like you know, like everybody says, we're just going to keep celebrating the 29th. We're just going to stick there.
You bitch.
That's right. Even though that's long past, but we're going to stick with that. Thank you. And Purple rhymes with orange. What did you think of this evening, Purple?
Yeah, it was pretty much the typical evening of the stupid here. You know, I really couldn't follow the logic of any of these guys.
I know.
You think they actually had logic? Wow.
Yeah,
Even contemplating logic with them is ridiculous. No, anyway,
Well,
whatever.
you know, like I said, there's one thing about being wrong. It's another thing when you can't even maintain internal consistency for a 5-minute video.
Excellent.
That's pretty sad.
Well said. Well said.
That's perfect. Thank you so much, Purple. And last but not least, before I say our goodbyes, we have Be-NoJustBe. What did you think of this evening, Bee?
I think there were lots of laughs, lots of stupidity, hence the laughs. And that, no, it was a good time. I really enjoy everybody and all the brains that conglomerate here. And everybody don't forget to come over for the Uncalled For tomorrow. And you guys can all wish Aimee a happy birthday on her birthday. And we're just, you know, quick to the jump because we won't be there. So, yeah. Right. So thanks, guys. And Big C, you did great, man. Don't worry about it. I would have not even got it going. So you're fine.
Same here. I wouldn't have
B,
either. So
hey B, haven't you got a show on Twitch tonight? Haven't you, or am I getting the wrong night?
Oh, that was last night.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's last
that
night.
was-
Okay,
was
got the
last
wrong night.
night.
So that's what I thought.
Yeah. Well, I just want to thank everyone for coming. I want to thank the chat for coming. Everyone in the chat, thank you so much. I want to thank everyone on the panel for coming as well. And before we go, I do want to say to everyone in the Path of Henri, please be very careful, be safe. And I wish you, you know, hopefully everything will go fine. So I just want to say that. And I want to thank everyone once again. And I wish you all a great evening. Thank you so much.
Yep. Get vaccinated.
Yep.
Question stupidity.
That's
Take care.
right.
Good night, all.
Good night.
Good night all.
Good night.